Well, first of all, I think it's really important that we get rid of this ridiculous media title, No Deal Brexit. There's no such thing as a no deal Brexit. It's WTO terms leave. In other words, there are lots and lots of deals which have been done and will be done. Will it be bad for the EU? I think you only have to listen to what Frau Merkel and France have been saying about it. They are terrified of Britain leaving on WTO terms. They are terrified of a successful Brexit, of a country successfully leaving the European Union. The European Union has enormously helped the economies and the politicians of Germany and France over the decades. As far as I'm concerned, there's no question that a WTO terms leave Brexit will be great for the UK economy, and therefore Germany and France are right to be terrified.
Do you think this is a real intention, that he is going for a WTO rules Brexit, or do you think he's just playing hardball with the EU to get them back at the negotiation table?
I've been doing some reading about this over the last couple of days, and it seems to me that, in fact, the United Kingdom cabinet of the government had already a policy of just playing for time and going for WTO terms leave on the 31st of October. Although they've said they would like to have a new deal and all the rest of it, the UK government hasn't actually gone to the EU asking for a new deal. I think that says it all. So you say Boris grandstanding, I say Boris being prime ministerial and leading, and taking us to the 31st of October when hopefully indeed we will leave.
Many critics of Boris have used the fact that he voted for Theresa May's deal on the third attempt as a sign to sort of diminish his intentions here. How would you react to that?
Well, it's exactly what I perceived as well, and indeed there were other members of the European Research Group in the Conservative Party who voted for the third vote of the withdrawal agreement, which was quite horrendous actually, because the withdrawal agreement was never an agreement to withdraw. It was in fact a new EU treaty, because there was nothing in that withdrawal agreement that was leave. It was simply change the terms of our agreement with the EU. We understand that these people who voted on that third vote did so because they thought, well, it's the best we're going to get under Theresa May, and then maybe we can fight another day. I think it was a bad decision that Boris Johnson and others made, but thankfully, my goodness, thankfully, it didn't result in the UK agreeing to the EU terms, and we are where we are now.
Now, in the last 24 hours, Nigel Farage has indicated that he would withdraw the Brexit Party candidates in the case of an election if Boris is willing to get rid of Theresa May's withdrawal agreement. Do you think that this could be the way forward for the two parties?
I imagine that is what will happen. I think it's unlikely that the EU will alter materially the withdrawal agreement to an extent that it is actually a leave deal. I can't imagine that at all. They might change it slightly, but I can't imagine them changing the offer to leave. And I can't actually now imagine Boris Johnson and his, shall we say, CEO Dominic Cummings accepting anything less than leave. Therefore, on that basis, If we do go to a general election around the time of the 31st of October, then the Johnson Conservative Party will be a Leave party, and the Brexit Party, I'm quite sure, will not contest in those constituencies where the Conservatives would likely win. And that would be the appropriate thing to do for the United Kingdom.
Okay, and in the case of an election, who do you think would win?
I don't think there's any doubt. The Conservatives would win, and probably by a landslide.